ancient times, this sacred mountain was sealed by the dwarf deities with 5 powerful...
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has 2 things about it. One, it's filled with golds and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?
Hello everyone, welcome in. We're back here with our weekly stream, the Lucky Miner stream. Maybe we should get in the title for the stream, I don't know. It's been beyond the Lucky Miner, weekly recap, MLP, Pickaxe Master. So today, we are live on Abstract Portal for the first time. We've been waiting for this moment for quite some time. I have more channels open, still trying to get myself around here. It is just too much happening at the same time. Where the freaking is it? Here we go. Wicked, welcome, Nazman, welcome as well. Let me copy this link. Hope you're feeling fine, hope you're feeling well. If not, I'll try to make it better. Let me just go over here. Just trying to get the things done and things ready for our stream to kick off. So what I'm going to ask you and everyone else is to keep active here on Abstract Portal since we're doing this for the first time. I think it would be rather important for us to be consistent around here. So I'm going to copy the stream and paste it pretty much for X, Twitter, YouTube and Twitch so that this message can get across every platform. It's a shame that on my multi-stream program I cannot see the messages are sent throughout all the channels, but hey, we'll work with what we have, right? Okay, perfect. So I've got here Twitch as well, just trying to have everything pretty much organized. And hey, OG Shakespeare with the raid on Twitch. How is it going, everyone? Welcome in, Raiders. You just got pretty much on time. We have just literally started. And what I was saying to everyone, we've got granted with the gold tier over Abstract, so we're eligible to stream on Abstract Portal right now, which is the ecosystem, the blockchain that we're developing into. So please do me a kind favor and just to be able to also show the Abstract community that we're streaming there, and just to show also where we come from, I want to ask you a favor of going there and also watch the stream from there. Go West, welcome. Ian, welcome in. OG Shakespeare, how was them axes today? I saw that you got an epic just a few minutes ago. How was the last one? Did you got some axes as well? From what I've heard, you were struggling a little bit with the other guys that you're playing. This sounded tough. Ian, Go West, Nazman, Wicked YouTube, welcome everyone. Let's get this party started. We've got a lot of things to cover. Oh, I've not updated the Nightbot. Yeah, give me a quick second. Let me do that as well. So, for everyone that's watching for the first time, I kind of want to make a recap. I'm not sure if this kind of saves VOD as well over Abstract. So, I'm just going to try to make a quick recap while I do that stuff. So, my name is Bruno. I'm the founder of the Pickaxe Master. I've been in this space on the blockchain since 2021. So, 4 years, starting my 5th year. I already actually just started my 5th year already on blockchain things, let's put it, NFTs, crypto, pretty much whatsoever. So I got into this space because of the sandbox. So my background, I come from board gaming. I'm a board game developer. Let me grab that just real quick. So here we have the Pickaxe Master board game. So this is where everything pretty much started. And since then, while looking at NFTs as they would be usable on gaming, found that very interesting. So that's how I joined Web3, which was because of the sandbox and the ability to build our own games within the Web3 and people being able to own their items, their currency. So that was really attractive into getting from typical board game in actual digital gaming, which is something I never thought I would be making. So pretty cool to see that progress there. Now, coming forward on the sandbox, I was able to gather myself around with very, very talented individuals that help this project to become alive on Web3. So a big shout out to them, for example, Givas, Gush, Junior, Fred and Ferd, Rex Roach, and among others as well that have built on the Pickaxe Master. So with that, we've been able, and we were granted by the Sandbox with the Game Maker Fund. The Game Maker Fund is a fund that they grant to projects/teams that presents the best projects to the ecosystem. So we were awarded with that, and we were able to keep building on the Sandbox. We pushed for our Avatar and Pickaxe collection, which were coming from the user-generated content, they were one of the best performing UGC type of content in the Sandbox up to date. Having that said, later on we throw several mining seasons. We were also included in Alpha Season 4 by the Sandbox, and we have distributed over 30,000 sand rewards. So we were in the Sandbox, the token we were using, it was sand. With the prices that sand was, we were pretty much around the $20,000 that we have already rewarded everyone. Let me check here. I only see 2 of you watching the stream here on Abstract. Please do join the Abstract stream. We want to get into the top page. That is important. CRP Monster, play game for fun. Welcome, welcome. Please just get there on the lurk. You can watch on Twitch. The messages will be seen here anyway. So Abstract, give me a moment. All the moments. But just for us to get it started first time, probably just be featured on the top streaming page, or at least with the most viewers. That will sure grab the interest for others. So again, I'm not sure this is getting saved, but just going forward into explaining. So we managed to do several mining seasons. We granted over 30,000 sand in rewards, which by the time the sand price, that was over $20,000 across time. So we have distributed, and everyone that was part of this ecosystem and minted their pickaxes, minted their avatars, and if they were active and playing in the seasons, in the mining seasons that we were putting up, pretty much everyone got way more sand, more tokens that they have spent in this project. So really proud to be able to achieve that and to give that back to everyone that's been following and that has been part of this community. Now, that has not changed. What we wanted to do initially on the Sandbox, so it was a very simple type of mining game where users would be able to buy in-game pickaxes, so in-game currency. Through an RNG, they would be able to get different type of resources such as coal, iron, silver, gold, emeralds, gemstones, diamonds, and all of that. And that would have that would translate into be able to either craft stuff that would advance you in tiers on the leaderboard, or also you'd be able to return them back for the token, so for sand. Unfortunately, in-game transactions was not a thing in the Sandbox. It's still not a thing in the Sandbox, although I kind of read like a report that was commissioned by the Sandbox lately, and with the sand chain, maybe they're doing some stuff, but either way, that's not what we're doing right now, and either way, it's not out there right now, if it will ever be. I want to make a copy of this. I'm just looking at a Google sheet, trying to understand what I'm looking at. Okay, I was trying to make a copy, so we have a fresh one to be filled for one of you to become a lucky miner today. Okay, now this is ready. This is ready. Publish, shorten URL. Okay, perfect. Now let me update the Nightbot. The Nightbot is a feature solely on Twitch, but I'll be copying the link so everyone can pretty much fill it up regardless where you're watching from. Okay, this is perfect. Now, if you're watching from Twitch, you can type in !LFM. If not, let me get you the link so you can fill it up. So here we go. GMA, how to change your username? Now, that is a good question. I guess this would be play game for fun here. Asking. Probably you can change it under your portal, like the main menu. On my wallet, maybe? Honestly, I have no idea how I got to be Ice Age here. I think you can edit. You click on your profile picture and I think you can edit your stuff. That would be my wild guess. Oh, it's Go West. I have, and it didn't change for you. I'll look into that. I don't have the answer right now. I don't know how you change it. I don't know how I got mine even. But I'll make sure to look that up and I'll write to you. So what I was trying to look for in here was so many windows. Here we go. For Twitch. Perfect. You already responded. Your response has been recorded. You can fill it off this form only once. Try to contact me. So yeah, Go West. That was the last form. Now you can fill it up the new one. It's been updated. Playing for fun with the current 10 stream strike. Let's freaking go. 10 streams in a row. That's the way to do it. Okay, so I was telling the story. So we wanted to build that, and unfortunately it was not possible. And the sandbox slowly started to discontinue incentives for UGC, and it was very hard for us as a studio, as a team, to keep thriving under that environment. So with everything we've learned, we felt like it was time for us to take a bigger step, so to expand our ecosystem. That's how we got into Abstract. So I was following Abstract and I got introduced to Abstract by Andy Ricci, that started to streaming pretty much like on day one when Abstract Portal just got launched. That was pretty cool as well, so shout out to Andy. And since then I was watching a little bit from the sidelines and knowing the Pudgy Penguins IP and how pretty much they've handled with their IP and were able to get it mainstream. I think for an L2 to be out there and to actually resolve a problem, which is to be the consumer chain, I think that Abstract has a real big shot on understanding how to get there. So lately I've been thinking on, I'm not sure if you're all familiar with Steve Jobs. Of course you know who Steve Jobs is, but he would give some this sort of, how do you say in English? By the way, I'm Portuguese, so sometimes there's some words that I do not know right away in English, and I try my best to make myself understandable. So he would do these talks, like these pitches, and he was presenting, like, I think it was the first not iPad, it was the first, the iComputer. I don't know what the name is, I don't have iPhones or stuff like that, but it was like the first iMac, something like that. And the thing he was saying is that he was trying to look or to solve problems. Either way, it doesn't matter what it was. What matters is what he said. What he said is that for him, he tries to look the other way around, like developers go into the tech and all of that, and then they try to reach out the consumer. But Steve Jobs, it was like he tries to look from the eyes of the consumer to see the problem and how to solve that, and then he builds the tech around it to support what he wants to do or to solve the problem that he wants to solve. So having that said, I think the Abstract team use XXX to translate. Well, yeah, I can use Google Translate as well. Yannick, that is a good suggestion. I gotta keep that tab open. Might take some time. Okay. Translator, let me just have that real quick. Perfect. I have my personal helper with the translator. Let's freaking go. Hey, how is it going? I can see here 6780. I'm not sure if you are someone watching back here from Twitch, but welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Form says already filled, but I didn't fill up the form, says Nazman. Okay, you can try it again. Maybe I did copy the old link. Let me check why it's happening, why it's showing like that. So Google form, publish, copy, shorten URL. Okay, probably I didn't update it. Edit, update. Okay. You can try again now. This should be working. You didn't set Google. Okay, so the Twitch kind of shadow bans links you sent, Yannick. So that's why I didn't see it. Coming back here, let me put that Google form for all you to fill in. So for everyone that is new, what we'll be doing towards the end of the stream, we will be raffling one spot to become a lucky miner. And that lucky miner, you will be able to play one of our sandbox games, and whatever you win in that, you'll be receiving in our token MLP. So coming back to that, so we started to build on Abstract, and it took us 4 years to launch our tokens, like many teams did launch our tokens, but we took all this time to launch our token. And the way that we set up the token is like, okay, what would be the best utility that a token alone can have, that it doesn't require much and we can build on top of it? So we thought of a liquidity token. So the liquidity token, what it does, it just provides a hub. So for example, you're trading token A to token B, for example, Pengu to Apster, or Ethereum to USDC, or Bitcoin to Apster again. The way that you would do it is token A, you'd go through USDC, token B, or token A, you would go through Ethereum, token B. Now exists also the option of having token A, MLP, token B. So having that route as well, we catch a lot of indirect trades. And the way we get the indirect trades is through the auto router that the decentralized exchanges use. So it could be either due to slippage, it could be because of there's an arbitrary opportunity. There's many ways that we can capture that value within transactions. And the cool thing about it is that we put 100% of the fees that our protocol gets back into buybacking the token, so it compounds, so we put it back into the liquidity pools. And also we have a strategy to maintain a healthy price increase, which is through the buybacks, and we reward everyone that is staking with the staking protocol. So for everyone that stakes the token and provides a more secure ecosystem, and also letting you know that the staked version of MLP is a liquid token, so it's also tradable at ease. We reward that through a staking mechanism that distributes the tokens every 10 million blocks, I believe, which is around 20 days or so. So every 20 days, it's always regenerating, and pretty much we have been able to have a consistent 5% API, which I believe is really cool, knowing that there's a real source we're grabbing these percentage from. If it's refreshed, not on my end, Play Game for Fun. I don't see it refreshed yet. I'm gonna refresh the page, maybe it will show. Nope, not yet. Nazman and Wicked, they were able to change their name on Abstract. Maybe they can give some glimpse on how to do it. Let me see if I can just have this. Maybe I can have both. Like this, smaller. And also I can have this bigger, so I can watch both chats. Oh yeah, perfect. So I can watch both chats here. Okay, so coming back at MLP, we are right now at mlp.fun. That's our website, so I'm going to post it here for all of you to watch it. So with this, I'm going to connect. You can connect using your Abstract wallet. You connect your EVM wallet. So if you don't have an Abstract wallet while trying to connect with an Abstract wallet, you will create one. So that is pretty cool. And it's already solving one of those problems like, okay, I'm just a regular user, I've never touched crypto, and just creates a wallet very easily for you, that you just connect your Google account with it, and voila, you just have a wallet. Having that said, now you have profile. There's a lot of things here, and I'm gonna cover all of them right now. So we have the profile. On the profile, what does it track? It tracks your balance, like the MLP, the staked MLP. So this is what the S is meant for here. SMLP, staked MLP balance. I have both. Staking durations, I'm already on 41 days in row. Only if you take all of your staked MLP, this will restart. So you will keep accruing days of staked. Now, current month global. This is for the leaderboard. We have trading leaderboards for the global. So right now I'm ranked 34. I've generated 13 cents. I did 6 transactions and I've traded in 4 pools. My all-time best was last month. I got into 19. I did make 47 cents in fees to the protocol, and I did 29 transactions. Here it says the pool activity for this month. It shows that I traded on Big, ETH, SMLP, and Pengu. So these were the pools I've traded, and it tells also the badges that I've earned. So what are the badges for? I'll go here within a second. I'll just show what I got. I got first steps, complete your first trade, getting started, active trader, Pool Explorer, Pool Master, traded in all active pools, Hatchling on Ice, buy MLP with 100 Pengu this season, so this is like $1, super easy to get. Then Community, top 25 trader, I got that on last season, top 50, top 100. Early adopter, this would be the pre-sale badges that you got. And for staking, stake your first MLP, the amount of MLP, and then for the amount of time. Now there's more badges. For example, complete 50 trades, 100 trades, 250 trades, generate $1 in fees, 10, $100 in fees. This is also done in a way that can expand and will go towards the future as well. Now buy MLP using Pengu, there's a lot of badges as well, top 10 trader, mini whale, there's more staking badges for here, and there's also for staking in duration of time type of badges. Now why would you want to get, first of all, badges are cool, right? So that's already enough reason for you to get them badges. Second would be, let me just get this real nice. Okay, perfect, I've got this lined up perfectly. Second would be, is because of the bingo cards. So the bingo cards is a gamified feature of everything that we're doing. So we want to incentivize trades, right? Because trades is what generate fees, and fees is what is used to buy back the token. So to increase and have a nice support, healthy token. So if we have that, what's beeping around here? Doesn't matter. So with that, what we use is that every week we add up rewards to the bingo prize and to the bingo line prize. So probably you've already known or played bingo before in your life. So you have a card, it changes every month, and you have to complete it. All the lines are claimed, and a full bingo card can be claimed. So every week we add up new prizes. The prizes is, so from the tokenomics, we have 20% of the tokens that are allocated to treasury, and that treasury it's also staked. So we're getting just staking rewards, and we've been using the staking rewards to add up the prize pools either for the leaderboard and either for the bingo. So it's again pretty much organic, we're not diluting the token. Having that said, we've been adding every week, so expect by next week another add up to here. And so far you can claim any line. This one would be protocol supporter. You need $10 to generate in fees in here. Then we would have seasoned trader. You would need 50 trades. You would need mini whale, stake 250 tokens. Mega whale, stake 1000 tokens. So this is pretty much achievable. Kalesi Princesa, welcome in. How is it going? First time chatter. Good to have you here, and good to see you. Hope you have an amazing time. For the second line, we have Pudgy Penguin, buy MLP with 10,000 Pengu this season. So that would be $100. Still very achievable. Power Trader. Complete 100 trades. It could be $1 trades back and forth, so also very much achievable. Top 100 trader, already got this one. And Diamond Hands 30, so also got this one. Pretty cool, very doable. So if you were able, this is first come, first serve. So the first person to claim this line, it will appear here that we have a winner, and that line will not be able to, you won't be able to claim that line again. And you'll get 0.75 MLP per line if it was to be claimed now. So only at the end of the month, that's when we distribute the seasonal rewards. Probably the bingo line will be around 1 MLP dot something per line. So if you were able to claim, and you can claim all the 10 lines, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the horizontal rows, and it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 on the vertical rows, and that would be 1 and 2 on the diagonal. So there's a total of 10 lines that you can claim. Having that said, on the 10 lines that you can claim, that would be around here 7.5, so probably there will be 10 MLP in the bingo line prize, and the full bingo, I think it will reach around the 40. If it's not claimed, it will pass to the next month. So next month probably we'll have the full bingo around 60 MLP, and it will keep growing as we keep adding and it's not claimed. So there's many badges, every month there's a new one. And chances are that it will take a little bit of luck and a lot of work for you to get all the badges to be able to get this bingo prize, but as times go by, it gets even more desirable. So I think that's the right way to do and the right way to go. That's why you would need those badges for the bingo card. So it's a gamified feature of all of this, and I think it works pretty much, and it ties up pretty much all together. Now, profile, that is covered. Let's go over the token. So what you can do over on this tab, you can buy the token. If you click here, it will take you over relay link. I think it's pretty easy. It's already set up to be Ethereum with abstract here, so also for convenience. Second tab would be liquidity pools. In here, you can have a overall watch what's happening on under our ecosystem. We can see the 24-hour volume, that was $600. I would say that abstract and generally crypto has been a little bit sideways. There's not much movement happening, not much liquidity moving around, so that kind of reflects that what we're seeing here. But also you can see the state of all the pools. So for example, MLP with Ethereum, we have how much MLP it is paired, how much Ethereum is paired, and what was the 24-hour volume and the fees that were generated with it. Now for Pengu, the same. Bitcoin, Abster, USDC, and then we have staked MLP with Ethereum. We also have a little bit of liquidity within that side, and also MLP with staked MLP. You can track down all of those. Again, if you click on this, another easy of use, it will take you to Dex Screener. We will be looking into this in just a second, as soon as we finish up the other stuff. So, having that said, we can go back. For staking, pretty straightforward. You can stake, you just put a 10, you approve MLP for the smart contract to be able to spend your MLP, and then you stake it. And then we want to do the reverse process. You would put how much you want to unstake, you approve your staked MLP, and then you unstake it. So very, very straightforward. CRP Monster asks, can you give us an example how to trade MLP and Penguin? Yes, I can. So it can be both ways. Let me check here. Sakura Swap. I think I can do this one. Okay. So you can do pretty much from here. You choose Pengu, Pudgy Penguins, and then you select the smart contract. On the other side, for example, you paste the smart contract. Nope, that's the website. You paste the smart contract address, and you would be trading Pengu for MLP. The second would be, for example, let's go back here. By MLP, it will take you to Relay, and instead of using Ethereum Abstract, you would be using, for example, let me go Chains Abstract, and you would choose Pengu. So Pengu, MLP. Any both ways would work. CRP Monster. Also, let me advise you or ask you just to go over the abstract portal to type in. We're trying to vibe there. Let me see, I've got Twitch over here. Let me copy the link as well for everyone that joined in. Oh my god, just got so many tabs open. This is rather a little bit confusing. A tad confusing, gotta be honest. But we'll manage, Okay, it's not this one, it's this one that we want here. Perfect, here we go. Okay, so next thing going forward, token, stake, pre-sale. This is either you participated, and there's like a couple of MLP to be claimed. I think there's around 80 MLP to be claimed, so go there. If you have not claimed, do go. We have the voting, which is a thing going to the future. I think right now it is too early. There's not much anything we want to change in the protocol so far. I think we need to expand, we need to grow more until we have things we actually want to vote on. For now, I don't think it just makes any sense. We're just expanding the protocol, and it will be activated as soon as it makes sense and as soon as everyone is asking for things to be changed. So now, staking rewards. This is the estimated API decreases every time because every block it's distributing rewards, and every day we do the buyback and we put it back here. So we've been around the 5%, which I believe it's a very solid type of percentage. You can claim rewards, pretty straightforward, and you can see I have pending rewards. I have 0.36 MLP. Now for the leaderboards, this one's, it's again, I think it's still the protocol is still too small to have all of these different leaderboards and have prizes for all of them. I think it will just dilute the prize, and it will not be meaningless. It will be meaningless to have the prize pool for the trading leaderboards distributed for all of these. I guess when we scale and we are in a different type of position, it would make much more sense to have this distributed through all the pools. So right now we only have the global leaderboard. Last updated it was pretty much 2 hours ago. You can force the refresh, anyone can do it, and you'll be able to get these data just fresh, but pretty much I think on 2 hours not that much happened. We can see that during this month we are 17 days deep, so half of the month, and we have already, the protocol has already done 1,200 transactions, which is pretty damn solid, and it has generated $21 in fees. So if we can get to the double, that would be around the $40 in fees that have been generated, which kind of matches with what was done during the last week. Now, these traders that we see here, for example, this one that's currently on #1 spot, he has generated $1.24. But most likely, since we're catching indirect trades, they do not know that they're trading using MLP. So what's happening is that you can see right now claim price, I have 0 MLP to claim because last season, last month on November, I did rank on the place 19th. But if you were to rank on the top 10, you would see this claim price with the amount of MLP you have to claim. So just in case, just to be sure, you might want to get here. Let me copy the link once more time. Go over the leaderboard section and see if you have any MLP to be claimed. Now, maybe you do, maybe you did end on top 10. So what I do expect to happen is that these prizes that will not be claimed because they don't know they're participating in here and they have rewards to receive, what I expect is that most of them, they will transition into this season. So any unclaimed rewards that we have an open window of 30 days for them to be claimed. If unclaimed, they will transition into the next month. So what does that mean? It means that probably we'll have a lot of leftovers, which is pretty much, I think only one person claimed their reward so far. So pretty much all the other 9 spots, they will migrate into this month prize pool. And again, this person that is #1 probably doesn't know he's trading using MLP and that there's a leaderboard and they have prizes to claim. So it will happen the same. Those unclaimed prizes will go into the next month. So at this stage that we're still pretty much unknown on abstract ecosystem, we're still very, very new around here, I think it will be very cool that these leaderboard kind of has the space to grow for unclaimed prize. And when actually people start to take noticing, it has grown actually quite a little big and attractive. So two sides of it. If people have not claimed, it's okay, but while people do not claim it, it gets the prize pool bigger for those that are actually participating. So there's an extra incentive. And again, you ranked 91. Damn wicked. Next one you'll do better, I'm pretty sure. So this is another way that taps into a gamified version of what we want to do. So we are a liquidity protocol. We thrive on trades. Either they're direct or they are indirect. It doesn't matter. As long as there are trades using MLP, they will generate funds and those funds will be used to buy back the token. So this is the flywheel, it spins, there's this invisible person working 24/7, it never sleeps, he never goes to bed, he never rests, he just catches arbitrage opportunities, he catches slippage opportunities, and whenever that opportunity arises, it will come like saying, hey, MLP is the best route, trade around here. And the decentralized exchange, they will do that. They will grab that trade and they will allocate some USDC, some Pengu, some Apser, some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, whatever the token we are paired with, and it will allocate part of that trade to use MLP. Now, it's pretty cool because abstract ecosystem, it had like this sort of bull market, it went all the way up, and I think right now we are either pretty much at the bottom or there's not much room to actually go down. Of course, everything can go to zero, but knowing that abstract is going to have their TG and they have a lot of things aligned in the pipeline and they're working like beasts and they have a really cool team, I don't see them backing down or slowing down. I think that what they're shipping and what they're actually doing and developing doesn't kind of match everything that it's priced in the abstract ecosystem. So there's plenty of catalysts going either from centralized exchange listings. So that would be, of course, the top tokens. That would be, of course, Bitcoin, which they have their merge mining announcements for December. So that would be a huge catalyst for our pool there. We have Apser, which is the top meme contender on abstract ecosystem, their official mascot. There's the Pudgy Penguins token itself that within what they're trying to do, sort of slash ICO, having the Pudgy Penguins, the token, to be able to buy equity. I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to do, so do not take my words as granted, or that I know, just trying to picture everything together. But there's a lot of information out there from other streamers that actually got to interview the founder, and they got to interview other team members, and that's been out there on some clips that he wants to do this sort of mixed type of approach. So having that said, let me go back here. There's a lot of potential upside here for MLP. As one token goes up, it brings the whole ecosystem together with it. We've seen the bingo card, we've seen the leaderboard, so socials will be just links. And of course, we have also a Discord channel, we have Twitter, we have the email if you want to email us something, and there's the frequently asked questions. Pretty standard and generic type of page, let's put it that way. So this is MLP, that's our token that we're building now. On top of it, we're also building our digital version for the board game, that we are doing a couple of things. We also have our games that are on the sandbox, they are still running, we still do competitions. We just actually ended one binding season 2 weeks ago that was requested by everyone in the community, and we use those funds in Sand to migrate over to Abstract, to buy MLP, and to distribute the reward also in MLP. So that's another plugged in thing we have with our ecosystem. Now, we also want to make the MLP the token we want to use when we start developing our own blockchain mining game using Oracle RNGs. But it's a rather type of complex of project, so we decided to, okay, we have a lot of build, but let's just kind of stabilize everything else we're doing, and then we will go back to it. Now, last but definitely not least, I wanted to check here on the token liquidity pools. I just want to have a overview around here. I think I had another page. Okay, yeah. In the meantime, again, if you're watching from Twitch, type in !LFM and fill it up that form. So this form will allow you to get a chance to become a lucky miner. So I'll be showcasing one of our games over the sandbox, which is pretty damn cool. Make sure you do watch it, and here's the link on Twitch, and here's the link on Abstract Portal. So make sure you do fill it up. Now, since we have launched, we have been consistently for over 2 months, because the token is 2 months old in like 4 days. So I'll put it 2 months already. On the top 100. So I think that is a big feature. Why? We can see here, for example, let's put Abster. There's one pair with Abster. There is another pair with Abster. There is 2 pairs with Abster. There's probably more. Maybe I'm skipping 2. There's 3 pairs with Abster. There's 4 pairs, 5 pairs, 6, 7. Okay, out of these top 100, 7 of them are absent. Let's put it again. For example, Pengu, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. Of course, Pengu, there's going to be the top number 5, 6, there's 7, 8, 9, and 10. Out of the top 100, 10% is just solely with Pengu pairs, right? So what I want to say with this is that there's not that many tokens out there on the Abstract ecosystem. So another reason also for us to launch in Abstract, because we're rather really early on here. Having that said, we can see there's pretty much, and we have been consistently on the top 100 tokens on the Abstract ecosystem. You can see our pair with Ethereum, it's number 67. And knowing that a lot of them are duplicates because it tracks pairs, not just tokens, I'm very happy to see that we are able to have one of our tokens. We have MLP with Big on 67, so we have 2. We have MLP with Pengu, we have MLP with USDC on 84, and we have MLP with Abster on 92. So our 5 pairs, they are ranked in the top 100. Not all of the times they are ranked in the top 100, but most of the times we manage to do that. So on the top 100, we have 5% of that. It is the bottom places, but it doesn't matter. We're present in the top 100 with 5 pairs. So 5% of that, it consists on MLP. And there is a lot of room for growth. Currently, the top performer, it is at rank 66. So there is a lot of room for us to be able to grow. Now, let's look into graphs. You can see here when it was launched. We launched the MLP token back when it was at $4,000 on the Ethereum price, and our Ethereum price was 0.0001. And you can see here, we started right here. It went all the way up to 52, all the way down to 36, but actually just stopped here at 38. Then it went all the way up again to 53. And then had here a bottom at 45, went all the way up again to 44, and now it feels like it's stabilizing here around the 50. Also, Ethereum prices up and down kind of help this around. Now this is the price in USDC. Now let's see the price in Ethereum, which is a little bit different. So two different graphs telling the same story. So this would be just based on USDC. This is priced in Ethereum. So we can see we launched at 0.01. That was our original price. This was a huge, you can see that this went all the way and got all bought up. This went all the way, got all the way bought up. I think this was from a big coin and Appster when the prices dipped, and that was our pools kind of repositioned themselves for the correct price. That's why we see these huge spikes, and that happened. For example, here there was a massive purchase, or for example, when there was the Appster buyout, there was like a $20,000 purchase. It went all the way up, and then the pools rectified themselves. So this is also where we get ourselves with some slippage opportunities for the protocol. So with that slippage, because this was the best route, either we got this spike, it was the best route, and with that we're able to capture fees all the way up, and then the protocol rebalancing itself, going all the way down here until it was a fair value, and we were able to scoop those fees. So we can see right now we are at 0.0001, 731. So these shows an increase of 73% since launch in 2 months. I would say that is pretty damn healthy. That is pretty damn good. On USDC terms, we launched at 40. So we are at 50. That is a 25% increase. Very good, very strong, very healthy as well. And here we have a 73% increase. So if we were to have, for example, Ethereum prices when we launched, which was at $4,000, and right now MLP would be priced at, let me do that math real quick, it would be priced at 69 cents. So yeah, if we were in the same price when we launched, MLP should be actually trading around here. Maybe not that much, because it would have to sell some of the tokens, because we have a USDC pool, and USDC pool kind of moves a little bit slower, but we would be trading around 60 to 70. We would be in this range if we were still at the $4,000 per Ethereum. Now, having that said, I'm just going to show this one. I don't think it's worth to show all the other pools, because they kind of track down a very similar type of graph. Since we have all of these different pairs, it pretty much show the same story. Now, if you're wondering what is our smart contract address, you can go over here. Of course, this is also written in the frequently asked questions, but just to copy out, I'm gonna put here in the chat in case you're interested in getting yourself some MLP. That's the link to get it. And now, since we're 15 minutes into the stream, we're pretty much getting close to the 1 hour mark. We do these weekly recaps where we see what has been done, where we at. Also, if you want to follow and have some news regarding MLP, this is our X page, so make sure you do follow. You can see there the posts that we do. For example, you'd be able to see this was posted yesterday, daily buyback distributed to stakers. So this was from yesterday, 4.46 MLP, and staking API was 5.03%. We have not done the buyback today. Sometimes we don't do every day, because these action, it costs Ethereum. and sometimes it gets quite expensive from doing this every day. So sometimes I try to bundle 2 or 3 days together, so I'm able to save some Ethereum while doing this. I want in the future to be able to throw some smart contracts where the liquidity pools would be in the smart contracts, and it would be pretty much everyone would be able to trigger, like to claim the fees, and then another button to convert the fees into MLP and have them distributed for staking. So that would be pretty much decentralized type of protocol where everyone can just go there and like claim the fees, change it to MLP, stake them. So everyone can participate, and it's not totally 100% dependent on me right now. So this is a highly costly type of operation because I have to claim fees from about 7 pools right now. I have to convert those fees into MLP from 7 pools, so that is 14 transactions. Then I have to stake that MLP, that's a 15th transaction, and then put it on the staking distribution mechanism. So I have to do like 16 transactions every day. It gets a little bit costly, I have to be honest. I think I've spent about 0.5 Ethereum on these 2 months, if not more, just doing these regular actions. So if I just don't do one there, I'm just trying to save a little bit of Ethereum because it does get expensive, and I'm trying to work on a solution, smart contract wise, to have this decentralized so everyone would be able to trigger these action. So for example, you'd be seeing here the announcement that we'll be streaming right now on Abstract, like we are right now. For example, we had this, which was a weekly recap. I really like this because it shows the strength and the progression of our liquidity pools. So we can see it went from 0.64 to 0.69 Ethereum, 96,000 Pudgy Penguins, Pengu tokens to 111, 4,500 Big to 5,000. Then Abster pretty much stayed almost the same. And on USDC, it also has grown about $70. If we were going to look right now, it would be pretty much different as well, since these changes every day, but I try to do my best to have an update every week. So if you want to get yourself some insights, if you want to get yourself some updates every day, for example, a little bit of explanation, it's a very simple type of project. So Nasman says, I am missing a badge and pool activity is not showing on the MLP site. Nasman, sometimes badges take about 30 seconds to 1 minute to update. I'm not sure if it's something you just did today. So give it a couple of times to fetch the data. It's not just instantly. Sometimes, I'm not sure, because I did decrease the refresh rate so we would not be rate limited on the website. It's been 6 days. Okay, no, that should have been updated. So when that happens, Nasman and everyone that's watching, so whenever you feel like there's something missing as a badge or something, just go over here on the leaderboards and do a force refresh. This will also refresh the badges and everything. I'm gonna do it myself. So if you go there, it's not gonna let you, because these once you do a refresh, this action kind of takes from 2 to 3 minutes, and also blocks everyone from doing it for another 5 minutes. It does refresh a lot of data. So let me see if this updates. When it's done, let's wait up like 5 minutes, Nasman, and tell me if it has not been updated to you. If not, get me on my DM and let me see with you what's actually been what's happening, so I can see on the back end what's happening if there's any bug. Perfect, let's do it like that. Now, having covered all of this, I want to run a run for the Lucky Miner. So let me see who has already filled it up the form. I can see here, so I'm gonna create a new spreadsheet to track down everyone that filled it up. We have Nasman, Play Game for Fun, Go West, Wicked, and Ian, the IT guy. So copying here, I can see Ethereum just went all the way to 3,000, and now it's going all the way back to 2,860. Now, this is a lot of... Volatility is our best friend. Like, when Ethereum, Bitcoin, they're going up and down all day, this is just the best scenario for us. We're just getting tokens out of... We're just getting fees out of that volatility, and I just love it. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I'm gonna hit spin. Good luck, everyone. Let's see who gets to become the lucky miner, the first lucky miner on Abstract Portal. So let's freaking go. Speaking of which, I'm missing that channel over here. Alright, perfect. Good luck, miners. In case you're missing, do watch on Abstract Portal. This is gonna help tons to the project. Have that on lurk, but open, so it shows the count of who's watching here. Pretty important. We gotta be on the right place on the right time. Going into Nazman Turf. Will Nazman be the winner for today? Or, yep, it definitely feels like, it definitely looks like, and definitely is, Play Game for Fun is the winner. GG, congratulations, Play Game for Fun. Our good fella, our good miner. What are we going to mine today? Congratulations, GG. So, probably over Abstract, you're also familiar with this, the sandbox. This is where we've launched, as I've just mentioned before. Our, when we started from the board game mining, now we have a digital version for the mining game. Yeah, let's freaking go. So this is pretty much how on where we host these competitions. I'm gonna minimize over here. Gravel and industrial. Consider it done. Everyone that's watching the stream, please type in good luck in the chat. So Play Game for Fun will get these nice rewards. Let's see if we can get some diamonds. I think today we should hit a red diamond out of that industrial refiner. Thank you so much, Yannick. Thank you so much, Wicked. Thank you so much, Nazman. And from myself, good luck, Play Game for Fun. Now we just need this to load up and get things going. Hey, things have been going pretty sweet. So how do you feel like it's watching over Abstract Portal? Of course, it's not the same as watching from Twitch. I think right now we're just so used to Twitch, it's kind of hard to trade for anything else. But how has been the experience over Abstract? Do you think quality image is better? Do you think audio is better? Do you think the interface is better? Do you think everything is worse? Just let me know what you think about having everything on Abstract Portal. There's a cool thing about also having the app on Twitch that you can watch on mobile as well. You miss your emotes. I know. What type of emotes we have here? We have Pengu reactions, we have Pengu actions, we have Pengu memes. Well, we have a lot of Pengu stuff. We have bearish reactions, Gigaverse, yup, Frank's the Inner, Captain, okay, Nut, Chengu, Abster, Riskit, Respa. So I guess we have more emojis that are related to Abstract ecosystem. Kind of makes sense. So probably we might have. Oh, there's a like button. Press the like button. You see the like button here? Make sure you do press it. Okay, so more stuff. I think that you are able to tip a streamer as well. So if we get tipped, that would be cool. That would be another funnel of revenue for MLP. We would be able to do that and just add that to prize pool of bingo cards, or to the leaderboard rewards, for example. So that is also pretty cool. And we need this game to load. This is taking forever. I should have started this more time ago. So today it's Wednesday. We're probably going to have Alex and Lucas streaming on the sandbox. Also, I already got mine Wheezy, that I have to shout out. A big shout out to Huddle that was kind enough to trade it. One that I actually enjoyed. While this is loading, let me just get over something here real quick. Let me check if there's anyone streaming the sandbox that we could raid afterwards. So I don't think we have raids on Abstract. Let me just check that real quick. I'm not sure what's wrong with the sandbox. It's taking forever. It's loading like for what, 10 minutes right now? Come on, Sandbox. You're being shown to abstract. Do your best right now. Do something. There was an update on the client and Game Maker earlier today. Okay. I didn't know that, Tweaked, and I don't think I have updated my launcher. Well, actually, I don't think it should allow me. Okay, let me Alt F4. This. Let me get this open again, the launcher. Okay, it just went directly to here. Not much I could do. Plugin for fun. I have bad news. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes top. If this doesn't work out, I'm going to have to see what's wrong with the sandbox or update it, and we'll do it on the next one. Just Alt F4 and try again. Fred, thank you so much. I did that. I just Alt F4 and tried again. Let's see if we can get it. I don't think this counts well. How many of your stream are watching the stream over the portal? It says 3 watching, but I'd see at least Nasman, Play Game for Fun, and Wicked in here. Again, go over abstract. Go watch there. That is important. You can see we already have 7 followers. Growing well, growing good. Also another update. So this was my personal account that I started to work things on abstract. That's why it's more advanced. But we also have the MLP account on abstract, and that is the one that's holding all the liquidity positions. So that account itself, next week, it's going to turn into the silver badge. So I think the silver badge already grants you a little allocation towards the TGE of abstract. So 100% of what we get within that TGE, that's going to build up another liquidity position. So that's just free liquidity coming to MLP just by being here early on abstract, participating on all of this stuff. So that is pretty damn good. Play game for fun, maybe close and open the sandbox. That's what I did. Busy and working on apps to repair / reinstall my computer, and should be back to streaming, and we'll have the stream with a key reader to show which key using during the gameplay. That is cool. I like that. That is going towards the pro gaming. I don't know. I need to watch what's happening. It's taking just way too long. It's not normal all of this time. Alright, so let me see what I can show for these minutes while we wait. Let me get over here, put out Brave again. Okay. So, cool things we can watch from here. I'm gonna open Appster. So Appster is showing a really interesting graph, and how does that affect MLP? I want to show that. That's pretty damn cool. Yeah, see that this broke down, that's why it fall. So we have this, I can take this one. First, it went through here, so it kind of broke the downwards trend. Also looking at here, it's, let me do one day, I think it's better. Kind of feels like it's putting those patterns like A, B, C, D, I'm not sure what that is called. It went for a W, but it failed, so if it's able to hold here, this line, then we're going to see most likely something like this. Of course it's not a straight line, or anything like that. Nasman says, I've been struggling still to get Sandbox installed on my work laptop. Work has it locked down, but I have been able to install it before. But I got it installed, but the loading screen just stalls when trying to open a game. No bueno. No bueno, Nasman. Maybe they've got the IP blocks of the game. But Nasman, from what you said before, it feels like you have some really control things on your work going on. So I would not be surprised if it would be somehow banned or blocked from using that program. But coming back here, so Absor, it feels like we're at bottom pretty much. I think that lowest it would be able to go would be around here at this point, if, but it feels like it's consolidating. If it's able to do 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times, recover from here, pretty much the bottom as formed. And when it does these upward movements, which we'll do eventually, what happens with MLP is that our pair, MLP with Absor, it will become more valuable. So we will start selling Absor to buy all our other tokens. So Ethereum, Pengu, Bitcoin, USDC. It will bring the price of all the other pairs up. So we're expecting that from here. Again, with Bitcoin, let's see if I can fetch Bitcoin. Okay, perfect. Now Bitcoin also has a very interesting chart. If we zoom out enough to see what's happening. Okay, this one it's only showing from a Borean. I wanted to see the one that was the original. It was showing like a really massive W forming in the weekly range. Again, this has the merge mining coming, so we should be hitting at least these prices real soon, from 50 to 90, and that's also going to affect a lot what we have here with MLP. There's a lot of catalysts for this just to continue to go up. Now, having a slightly example, let me put, for example, here. This was December 12th. Okay. December... Okay, we don't need that. December 12th. When was December 12th? Okay, maybe it was like December 12th. 4 hours. Okay, actually it was. So you can see December 12th, it went from here all the way to here. And that same type of thing on December, it produced this. And all of these fees and this arbitrage opportunity, the slippage, it got its fees. So that's pretty much how it works, and how one graph that has a spike also produces a similar spike to us, and we just grab from here to here. That was sort of profit for the protocol, let's put it that way. It's not entirely like that, but it's somehow like that. Play game for fun. I have very bad news. The sandbox is not loading for anything today, so I will have to call it off. I'm gonna take a note. Play game for fun. That you have a lucky minus session to be claimed, because this one definitely did not work. So we'll be going on the next one if the sandbox decides to cooperate. For now, I want to find someone to raid. Let me check here. Fred, you going to stream anytime soon? Sometimes you've been streaming here, so I'm not sure if you're going to do it so. Where is it? Sure, we'll start it up. Give me a minute. All right, perfect. So Fred and Ferd will be streaming in a minute, so stay comfortable. We will get there to follow up into Fred and Ferd, and we know that the official sandbox will also be streaming later down today. Now, over Abstract, this has been pretty cool experience. We will also be streaming over Abstract starting from now, and I want to incentivize and ask everyone, when we are streaming, please do join us on Abstract so we can also grow as a community member on the Abstract ecosystem, where we are building our token, where we also taking our next steps. That would be very, very important to be able to show strength and presence over the places where we're also building. So big shout out to that. And Nazman, Fred and Ferd, Wicked, Play Game for Fun, thank you so much for, and Goes, thank you so much for coming here over Abstract and showing your love. That's really important, and I'm very grateful for you to do that. Let me check right now if we have Fred streaming. Fred and Ferd. Here we go. Oh, he is already live. No, that was fast. He's got all his beautiful curtains. Now Fred has really did some. He up his game on streaming. Alright, raid has been created, so everyone that watched the stream until now, thank you so much for being here. You guys and girls are awesome as usual. I wish you an amazing week. We will be back on the next Wednesday as usual. Well, actually, next Wednesday, I think it's gonna be Christmas. So, no, we will not be streaming on next Wednesday. Actually, we have Christmas and we have New Year's Eve on 2 Wednesdays in row. So I'll probably try to stream on a Tuesday or on Tuesday or Monday. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let everyone update it, and I'll let everyone know. Everyone that watch over Abstract, thank you so much as well. If you're new, welcome to the channel, welcome to the project, welcome to everything that we're doing around here. You're very, very much welcomed. Alright, that's gonna be all for now. Have an amazing day, have an amazing week, good games, have fun, and we will see each other on the next week. Again, don't hesitate to ask any questions on our official channels, and we usually respond very fast. Until then, it will be now everything. My name is Bruno from the Pickaxe Master, and we're going to raid on Twitch, Fred and Ferd. Let's freaking go! Cheers, everyone! See you all very, very soon. This has stopped, and stopping the live stream on Abstract as well, and stopping the stream on